The two victims of Wednesday's shooting at Evergreen High School are still in the hospital recovering this morning. We're also learning more about the shooter's troubling online history. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. I'm Lauren Scafidi. Jefferson County investigators said the shooter had been radicalized. A report from the Anti-Defamation League shows that the months before the shooting, the Evergreen High student had a fascination of mass shooters. That includes those at Columbine High School. The ADL report also found that the shooter expressed neo-Nazi views and was active on social media sites featuring extreme ideologies and gore. Meanwhile, investigators have not shared any information about what they know about the shooter being radicalized or where he got the gun. But experts are warning about the online risks of radicalization. Why remains the big question on everyone's mind, but the motive for Wednesday's shooting has yet to be revealed. Experts say there's a big difference now between kids getting exposed to stories online and becoming fully entrenched in potentially harmful content. One clinical psychologist we spoke to says that experts are seeing more online radicalization in the years following COVID. They're urging parents to be proactive in the digital age and to have open, honest conversations with your kids.
We're out of Pandora's box, right? So kids are going to be using the internet, so we need to teach them how to engage with it safely and when to come to us with concerns that are really beyond what a child should be trying to deal with.
9 News Investigates counted 13 school shootings in our state since the attack at Columbine High School 26 years ago. Students at schools all across the Denver metro area walked out of class yesterday. That was both to support students at Evergreen High School and also to protest gun violence. This right here, this is near Stanley Lake High School in Westminster, where they line the streets holding signs. Their message is for an end to gun violence and for safer schools. A smaller group walked out of Golden High School. Staff members say that school is planning for a bigger walkout next week. The day after the shooting at Evergreen High School, sirens blared once again through the town of Evergreen. This time, though, law enforcement responded to an officer-involved shooting at the town's Walmart. The shooting happened in the Walmart parking lot between a state trooper and the driver of a stolen truck. The sheriff's office says the driver rammed the state trooper's vehicle. The trooper shot toward the vehicle, but the driver took off, eventually crashing on I-70 just a few miles down the road. Amy Updike lives next to the Walmart. She says that she watched things unfold right from her porch. She thinks that 2 shootings in 1 week should be a wake-up call for everyone.
Something needs to change from a bigger scale. If something positive does come out of this, I just hope that it is change in policy in Colorado.
It has definitely been a sad week. Jefferson County Sheriff's Office arrested the driver of the stolen truck. They also found an item inside that vehicle that had radioactive material. Now, as of this morning, Colorado State Patrol hasn't expanded on what that item was. It is 8:03 and taking a live look outside over downtown Denver from Coors Field this morning. The Rockies taking on the Padres in San Diego. A little bit later this evening, let's send things on over to Weather Impact meteorologist Jaden Knowles. Jaden, I know that we're going to see some rain that time. I hope it's a little bit better in San Diego.
You know, I think it's going to be a lot better in San Diego than what we're expecting today, Lauren, because we are expecting some more showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. The Rapids take on Houston today. It's not looking too great out there. We're going to break it down for you. But so far, good morning to everyone. It's 8 o'clock, 8:04 this morning. Looking over Fort Collins, I do believe the Colorado State has a bye week this week. They play UTSA next week, so good luck to them. But overall, looking at the current temperatures, it is a little bit cooler as you're heading out the door, about 13 degrees cooler than what we saw yesterday morning around this time. Here's your temperatures across the entire state, the upper 50s as well as the low 60s for the eastern plains, 40s and 30s in the high country, then a little bit cooler towards the western slope with the low 60s. Tracking live radar, noticing we are seeing those snow flurries at higher elevations, about 11,000 or 12,000 feet near Vail as well as Aspen. You're seeing some heavy downpours of rain near Meeker as well as some rumbles of thunder early on this morning, even down towards the San Juans. But so far here in the metro area, we're nice and clear, and we should expect to see those showers and thunderstorms really start to take off starting at 2 p.m., the isolated showers, and then heavy rain this evening starting by 6 p.m. So our severe thunderstorm risk, we do have a level 1 risk. We're talking about gusty winds and quarter-sized hail. But overall, I'll tell you the details and the timing when we receive some rain in your neck of the woods in my full forecast. Lauren?
Thank you so much, Jaden. New this morning, the Larimer County Sheriff's Office believes they have found the body of a kayaker who went missing on Carter Lake. Officials closed off part of the lake to the public yesterday for that search, but it is back open now. Sheriffs posted just before 6 last night saying that they found a dead body. A 911 call came in around 5 Thursday afternoon, reporting that a man was in the water near a kayak, but not wearing a life jacket. They believe that the body is the kayaker. The Larimer County coroner will release his name as well as cause and manner of death at a later time. A man is in police custody this morning after a fight on an RTD train in Aurora ended in a stabbing. Arapahoe County deputies say they got the call yesterday afternoon from a man at 9 Mile Station. He said he had been stabbed during a fight. He told dispatchers the suspect was still on the train. Deputies tracked it to Florida Station, where they arrested the man and booked him in the county jail. Deputies say the victim suffered from puncture wounds to his face. Right now, his condition has not been released. A Pueblo man will spend 32 years in prison for the deaths of his 2 young children. Jesus Dominguez pleaded guilty to second-degree murder as a part of a plea deal. Investigators found the children's remains last year, one inside a suitcase at a scrapyard, the other in a concrete-filled container found in a storage unit. DNA confirmed the victims were Dominguez's 3-year-old daughter and 5-year-old son. They hadn't been seen since 2018. Dominguez's girlfriend, Karena Minjarez, was convicted of first-degree murder last month. She was sentenced to life in prison without parole. 2 Colorado Springs teenagers are facing charges after bringing firearms to school. The El Paso County Sheriff's Office says when the 2 teens were taken into custody yesterday, one had a handgun, the other an airsoft gun. No shots were fired, no one was hurt. Authorities say there was no plan to harm students or staff, but many parents still rushed to pick up their kids just as a precaution. This morning, students are still shocked something like this even happened.
I was nervous and I was scared anybody was going to get hurt, and to even know that someone at my school who I have probably trusted or spoken to before would do that, or at least even bring in the firearm, because I'm assuming we don't know their intention.
The teens are now facing several charges, including unlawful possession of a weapon on school grounds and also interference with school staff. Both are considered misdemeanors. A scare on CU Boulder's campus after an unconfirmed bomb threat forced evacuations yesterday. Campus police say dispatch got the threat around 11 Friday morning. Out of caution, students and staff were told to clear out of 3 buildings, all right next to each other. A few hours later, police lifted that evacuation order after sweeping the buildings with K-9 units. Officials say they plan to formally charge the suspect accused of killing Charlie Kirk next week. Kirk died Wednesday afternoon. He was killed while attending a speaking event at Utah Valley University. Investigators say 22-year-old Tyler Robinson was turned in by a family friend after reportedly admitting to that attack. He was taken into custody Thursday night. Utah's governor, Republican Spencer Cox, confirmed that arrest, saying Robinson's family recognized him in some crime scene photos. They also say he had grown more political in recent years. For the first time since Kirk's death, we heard from his wife, Erica, as she addressed the nation last night.
Charlie always said that when he was gone, he wanted to be remembered for his courage and for his faith. And one of the final conversations that he had on this earth, my husband witnessed for his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Charlie Kirk also leaves behind 2 young kids, a 3-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son.